What's on, guys? Jason here, back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for Aew Dynamite. So let's get to it then. The show kicks off with a cold open that shows an ambulance in the parking lot of tonight's venue. Um, tonight's venue. The back doors of it open and Cole appears. He says he just wanted to show John Moxley and the Dead Riders their ride for tonight. Alright, first match coming up. Heyman Page versus Aaron Solo. From there, an early today video airs that shows MJF talking about getting the AEW tattoo on his ankle removed, about how he used to care about the three letters AEW, but after seeing the fans constantly chant cowboy shit for a fake when the real thing like himself is right in front of them, he now only cares about the three letters MJF. Inside the ring, Heyman Page's theme hits, and now he comes in street clothes for his uh, scheduled opening contest. Already in the ring is his opponent, Aaron Solo. The bell sounds, and Heyman immediately runs over Solo. He quickly finishes him off with his buckshot lariat in a matter of seconds. So winner is Heyman Page. Alright, Heyman Page calls out MJF. After the match, Heyman Page gets on the mic and calls out MJF. MJF's theme hits, and now he comes in a suit with sunglasses on. Cut my music, cut my music, he begins. As always, he is holding a bloody towel. He talks again about being the real thing, and then the camera cuts backstage and shows Christopher Daniels laid out and completely disgustingly bloody. Heyman Page runs to the back to check on him. Alright, next match coming up, bounty match. Will Ospreay versus Brian Keith. From there, Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis are showing the crowd to a ton of boos. Footage is shown then of Chris Jericho before we cut backstage live where Renee Paquette is joined by the Learning Tree leader himself. Jericho talks about Brian Keith, but now comes Don Callis and Mark Davis behind him. Jericho assures Callis that Keith is the guy to help with Will Ospreay problems. He assures Callis that Keith is the man to take him out. Callis says that's all he needs to hear from the GOAT of off, and he and Davis go. Inside the arena, we hear the sounds of Will Ospreay's music, and out he comes for his scheduled bounty match against the aforementioned Keith. The aerial assassin sails inside the square circle to a big pop from the Oceanside crowd. His music dies down. The bounty hunter Brian Keith makes his way out next with the bad apple graphic on this big screen video, but the dapper yapper Justin Roberts calls him by his bounty hunter nickname. Keith sells in the ring for the gimmick match that should be right up his alley. The bell sounds and off we go. Ospreay points out the luxury high and the in the arena where Don Callis and Don Callis are seated and watching, including his arch nemesis and steel cage match opponent at AEW Revolution 2025. Kyle Fletcher, Ospreay, and Keith finally engage with Ospreay getting the better of things. Keith backs off and mugs him before they re-engage or something. Keith blasts Ospreay with a big shot to the grill after holding onto his trunks. Ospreay fights back with head scissors off the ropes that flips Keith down to the mat. Ospreay blasts Keith with some vicious loud chops in the corner. The action spills out to the floor as it does. Keith takes over and settles into a comfortable offensive lead as he rolls Ospreay back into the ring to build on his lead. The show shifts gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. When the show returns, Ospreay begins fighting back into competition form. Ospreay starts to take over on the fence, hitting some trademark spots. He hits a beautiful Oz cutter off the middle rope for a close 2 count. Keith fights back and hits a Tiger Driver for a close 2 count of his own. This is awesome chant breaks out inside the front wave arena. Callis gives a signal from the luxury box, but Keith fumbles the ball and Ospreay hits a Styles Clash and a hidden blade for the pinfall victory. Afterwards, Ospreay looks up at Don Callis in the luxury box. They challenge him. They challenge him to come up through the crowd and fight. He does. Ospreay and Fletcher have a wild brawl in the middle of the crowd that security rushes to break up while fans chant, "Let them fight." Security eventually restores order. Fans boo. Ospreay's music plays again, and the aerial assassin poses in a sea of fans. So winner is Will Ospreay. Backstage, we have Mercedes Moné backstage. The show heads to another commercial break. When the show returns, Mercedes Moné is shown walking backstage. When she comes across Billy Starks, who is drinking something. Monet smacks a cup and it splashes in Starks' Stark's face. Starks asks who Monet thinks she is and tells her she's going to be the future women's champion. Momo Wannabe comes up behind Monet with a foreign object. Monet runs off, leaving her TBS championship behind. Momo picks it up and claims that it will soon be hers. The two are scheduled for a title tilt at AEW Revolution 2025. Alright, next match coming up, AEW Championship number 1 contender match, the Outrunners versus Murder Machines. A video package airs showing the Outrunners appearance at Omaha men's basketball game. After that, Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum make their way to the ring to a big pop. They sell inside Square Circle and their music dies out. The Murder Machines duo of the Murder Hot Monster, Lance Archer, and the Machine Brian Cage make their way out next. The team that wins this match will get the next shot at AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. After the bell sounds, this one starts out with a bang. Cage and Archer quickly settle into the early offensive lead. The action spills out to the floor, where Archer ragdolls Truth and Turbo, launching them into the barricade and mean mugging the crowd as the show heads to a mid-match commercial break. When the show returns, Archer is shown still easily dominating Turbo in the ring, beating him down in the corner with ease. He backs up and charges at him, hitting a big back elbow splash, and again he tags in Cage as Turbo collapses onto the canvas. Cage goes for the cover, but only gets two. As the action continues, it looks like the Murder Machines have this one in the bag. However, the theme for the Hurt Syndicate hits, and AEW World Tag Team Champions and MVP come out, and the distraction immediately results in the Outrunners scoring the upset victory out of nowhere. With the win, the Outrunners will challenge the Hurt Syndicate for the titles next. So winners and new number 1 contenders to AEW Tag Team Champions to AEW Tag Team Championships, the Outrunners. Alright, we have a segment coming up with Short Strickland and stuff. A Code versus Mox video package for their AEW World Championship showdown at AEW Revolution 2025 airs. Afterwards, the show heads to another commercial break. When the show returns, a video package airs showing the ongoing drama between Ricochet and Short Strickland and Prince Nana. When it wraps up back live inside the arena, excuse me, that was weird. We hear the familiar sounds of Short Strickland's theme music hits. Out he comes, accompanied by Prince Nana. Fans loudly chant, "Whose house?" Swerve's house. As the music dies down, Swerve talks for a bit about how he is the former AEW World Champion and some of the top moments of his AEW career thus far. He cuts off by the theme for Ricochet, who makes his way out wearing Prince Nana's special robe. Ricochet says he beat Strickland and winners don't chase losers. He gets into sports team mode, bringing up Padres and charges before saying he's chasing gold, something Strickland won't do anytime soon. He reveals his Philly Eagles cap to further rile the crowd up, saying thanks but no thanks to facing Strickland. But now reveals that he talked to Tony Khan and he's in agreement that the fans deserve a rematch. Ricochet scoffs at the idea until Nana also reveals that the winner of their match will also be named number 1 contender for the AEW World Championship. This intrigues Ricochet, but he says they're not doing this here. They'll do it in a real California city, and so the match will go down at AEW Revolution 2025. The theme for Ricochet hits as he walks off, but Nana still has some business to attend to with Strickland. He says he wants Swerve to be the man he's said he is, the most dangerous man there is. But after all the bullets he's taken for Swerve, he needs Strickland to beat Ricochet and get him back that rope for the sake of his legacy, or else he's not sure he can be here for him much longer. Damn. Alright, the Undisputed Kingdom versus FTR and Daniel Garcia. Backstage, Heyman Page is asked about MJF, who appears to have left the building after what he did to Daniels. Page says when he finds Max, if he doesn't run the man over, Freeman will wish he had. With that, he heads out as we cut back to ringside. Alright, Undisputed Kingdom head to the ring for our next match, followed by FTR Daniel Garcia. Before we get things underway, we start with Kyle Fletcher. We're training hold with neither man quite giving an inch before a tag is made to Adam Cole. Garcia tags in as well as the two go at it, with Daniel dodging and Enziguri leading to a stand-up between them. They shake hands before going at it again. with Garcia getting the upper hand as Dax tags in only for Cole to force him to the opposite corner for a tag to Strong sends Harwood away for some hard chops, but but Dax fights back for a knee drop that gets him a near fall tag to Garcia, who counters a suplex for a near fall. Before Cole breaks it up, Garcia and Cole mouth off before Kyle charges at him and this causes chaos as all six men get at it and out of the ring. The instant and then Sandy leads to all six men down for the count on the outside. On that note, the show shifts gears and heads to a mid-match commercial break as the action continues. When the show returns, Strong and Harwood are legal men at Roderick as Roderick takes control of the situation. Involvement from their respective partners leads to O'Reilly making the tag with he and Cole going after Dax for a near fall. Harwood fights back the Kingdom for a sharpshooter on O'Reilly. He pulls him back to the middle before Kyle ultimately makes it to the ropes to force the break. Wheeler and Garcia get involved, dropping all three of their opponents for an attempted sharpshooter before a triple pin attempt leads to all six men down. Cole and Garcia get to their respective corners for the tag before going at it in the middle of the ring. Garcia nearly has it won, but Cole steals it afterwards. Cole versus Garcia for the TNT title is announced for AEW Collision. So winners are the Undisputed Kingdom. Alright, we have a little segment coming up. Backstage, Claudio Castagnoli is shown walking on eggshells in the hallways with Cole blooming and gunning for the Death Riders out of nowhere. The Red Arch Superstar attack Castagnoli. The brawl makes its way outside the arena and ultimately down to the ring. Wheeler Yuta gets involved and Cope gets down. They go for a con chair 2 on Cope but Jay White's theme hits. Marina Shafir tries to get involved, but Yuta accidentally takes her out. White and Cope laugh as fans chant, "You fucked up." White and Cope then take out Casanova and Yuta. Cope puts Casanova's unconscious head on a chair. He picks up another con chair. Cope continues to take out the Death Riders one by one, heading into AEW Revolution 2025 as he promised. Fans chat one more time. John Moxley appears and pulls Yuta out. Cope puts Shafir's lifeless head on his chair. White stands guard with a chair in his hand so Mox can do anything, the same way they did on Collision. Willow Nightingale's theme hits and now she runs to do the female con chair too, so Cope doesn't have to. I wish he did, it'd be funny. The commentators point out that Willow has her own issues due to multiple sneak attacks from Shafir and the Dead Riders in recent weeks. Nightingale blasts Shafir with the con chair to Mox is shown to one another in one shoulder and Yuta left remaining Cope's theme hits to end the entertainment segment. Afterwards, the show heads to another commercial break. Our next match coming out, Hardy Cameron versus Deonna Purrazzo. When the show returns, Hardy Cameron's theme hits, and now comes the rising fan favorite in the AEW Women's Division. As Cowboy informs us that during the break, Claudio Castagnoli and Marina Shafir were not moving well. Cameron sells in the ring, and her music dies down the theme for her opponent hits. And out comes the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. She makes her way down to the ring and sells inside the bell sounds official offering the women's one-on-one action. Purrazzo controls the arm of Cameron early on, cranking on it, but Cameron escapes. She grabs her arm in pain, and Purrazzo does this close hand gesture with her fingers. Cameron starts to fight back and actually starts getting in some offense. She hits a big neck breaker for a close 2 count. After getting in her first offensive flurry, a near fall of the bout, Cameron finds herself on the offensive again as Purrazzo starts taking over on offense once more. The Virtuosa sends AEW's resident puppet master out to the floor with authority, with Cameron laid out at ringside and Purrazzo gloating in the ring. The show heads to another mid-match commercial break as the action continues. This time, when the show returns, Purrazzo gets the arm bar on Cameron, but she manages to escape. Cameron hits an averted swinging neckbreaker finishing move and quickly rolls over to cover Purrazzo. 1, 2, 3. Cameron gets another big upset victory. The crowd loves it. Winner is Hardy Cameron. Alright, main event, AEW Natural Championship match. Konoshi Takeshita, who is the champion, versus Orange Cassidy. Main event time. But first, a view package airs to catch fans up. The three-way drama between Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, and Kenoshi Takeshita, with all being in the AEW International Championship picture heading into AEW Revolution 2025. The winner of tonight's match moves on in the AEW National Championship Series to face Omega as the defending champion at the upcoming AEW pay-per-view event on March 9th. Once the package wraps up, the show has to another quick commercial break. When the show returns, Orange Cassidy's theme hits, and out comes the freshly squeeze one in his second return and ring appearance. He sells inside the square circle, and his catchy ass entrance tune dies down. The person said that, not me. Kenoshi Takeshita makes his way out next, accompanied by Don Callis and Mark Davis. Callis and Davis head over to take a seat on special guest commentary for this title main event. The bell sounds and we're officially operating this one after some early backboard action in which Cassidy controls a majority of he hits a big slingshot DDT onto the Alpha, who somehow pops right back up and elbow blasts Cassidy's lights out. On that note, the show shifts gears and heads to a mid-match commercial break as his championship clash headliner continues inside a front wave arena. When the show returns, Cassidy tries firing up for an offensive comeback, but Takeshita cuts it short and goes to work beating down Cassidy in the corner of the ring. Takeshita goes for a title whirl, but Cassidy tries counting into a DT while spinning around his body. Takeshita stops him in midair and hoists him up, spins him, and slams him down with a blue thunder bomb for a huge pop. The two re-engage on their feet and both crash through the ropes and land on the floor. Cassidy is near the commentary desk. The referee sees Callis trying to get up and get involved, so he stops him. Cassidy, in defiant fashion, he hops up and takes a seat on the commentary desk. He dares Takeshita to hit him. Takeshita does. Cassidy pops up on his knees on the desk and puts his knees in his pockets. Takeshita goes to pile driver him through it, but Cassidy counters and hits a beach break that put Takeshita through the table. Takeshita barely beats the count out, but he does just in time to walk into a orange punch from Cassidy. Cassidy has a DDT to Takeshita on the floor. Callis, right in front of Cassidy at ringside, yells at him, "That's bullshit." Cassidy doesn't say a word, instead yanking Callis' sunglasses off of his face and putting them on his own face. He heads to the top rope, but Takeshita catches him on the way down. Takeshita goes for a move, but Cassidy counters with a wild flipping move into pin. Takeshita kicks out and hits his Raging Fire finisher for the win to retain his AEW National Championship in an excellent main event match. With the win, Takeshita will now move on to AEW Revolution 2025 to defend his title against Kenny Omega. We will hear from Omega on AEW Collision. The announcement was just made as the commentators run down the lineup for Saturday's show. That's how this week's show goes off the air. Thanks for joining us. So winner and still AEW and national champion Kenoshi Takeshita. By the way, I'll be watching something else too, which will be WWE in the Elimination Chamber. That'll be the show I'll be watching that night, and I'll have AEW Collision recorded and stuff for my DVR and stuff. So yeah, anyways, good show tonight. Some good matches there and stuff. So yeah, anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you like it, not whatever and stuff. So last guy, hit that bell button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment stuff, I don't care what you guys do, and that was it. And I'll see you guys in the next video for WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Alright, laters.